now that I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve.
Hey guys, today is going to be different from my typical makeup videos or my videos explaining the ingredients in cosmetics. Today I want to tell you my late November bucket list. Things that I want to do before November is over. Now I know it's late November now, but there is still time to do every single thing on this bucket list. This is going to be my bucket list from an INFJ's perspective, but this is going to be for all personality types. So if you don't know what these letters mean, this is from the Myers Briggs Personality Test. Now, wait, before you click off the video, I know a lot of people don't like personality tests because they feel like it puts them in a box. This personality test is, I feel, a very valuable tool because it does not put you in a box. It helps you identify your brain function, so how your brain works, so that you can really hone in on your strengths and work on your weaknesses. Every single INFJ I have met has been completely different. Every single person from one specific personality type I've met has been completely unique. And don't worry, if you don't know what any of this means, I want to break it down in a very easy to understand way in this video. You'll still be able to relate to this video because I'm going to explain everything in a way that is very easy to understand. But if you are interested in learning more, I'll have the Myers Briggs Personality Test linked below for you. Okay, so as an INFJ, the thing that I struggle with the most, and the thing that most INFJs struggle with to a great degree, is it's really hard for us to live in the present moment. So as an INFJ, our default is to focus on the big picture. It's actually our first brain function. It's called Introverted Intuition. And just put simply, this means that we're always focused on the future. We're always looking at the big picture. It can be extremely difficult for INFJs to live in the moment, to be completely cognizant of the physical world around us. Sometimes we really miss, sometimes we really miss the small details in the physical world around us. Our default is thinking about the future, and it can honestly be really hard for us to feel connected to the physical world. Now, this is not just an INFJ thing. I think that every person can relate to not being able to live in the present moment. Whether you're nostalgic about the past, whether you've been heartbroken by something in your past, whether you're anxious about the future, worried about how you're going to pay bills. There's so many things that everyone deals with just as a part of the human existence that makes it difficult to live in the present moment. So I started thinking about how November is like a really perfect time for me, and I think a really perfect time for everyone to try to work on this weakness, to try to really live in the present moment. Where I live currently, the leaves are changing. It's beautiful. You just see like this vast array of colors when you walk outside, with the trees from like burgundy, crimson, different shades of orange, purples, just various shades of leaves. And it becomes more easy for me to be aware of my surroundings and to appreciate living in the present moment. So I'm really trying to make a point this November to really be aware every time I go outside, to look around at the beauty around me. So also another thing is inspiring me to try to be more in the present moment, even though it's difficult for me, is that the holidays are coming up, and like Thanksgiving is coming up, and that's a time that I get to spend with my family. And I want to be present for that. I want to live in the moment and enjoy my family's company. And so just being more aware, just being aware that this is a weakness of mine. Okay, so I think that focusing on your surroundings to make you feel more grounded can really help with this, and can really help you feel more connected to the physical world. And so grounding is actually a technique that is actually used to treat anxiety disorders. I talked about this a little bit in my James Charles casting call video, but I want to start opening up more about anxiety and how much anxiety has affected my life in ways that I've found to really get through the anxiety and manage the anxiety. Grounding is actually a really good way to to help you manage your anxiety, to help calm you down. But also, it's a really good way to work on this weakness that I have of of having difficulty feeling connected to the physical world. So for example, with the grounding technique, you basically try to stimulate all of your senses. So you want to look for things that you can see visibly, take notice of things that you can smell, find different textures you can touch around you, listen for certain sounds around you. I have tried to be very aware of this lately. I feel like that's something that's really helped me and something I think actually makes me happier. This is not meant to be hard on myself or hard on anyone else that struggles with this issue. I do acknowledge that it's something I struggle with, and I'm working really hard to try to be aware of everything around me so that I can live in the moment and not look back and feel like I missed out, because that's honestly how I felt most of my life. Like, I look back and I'm like, wow, I was so busy worrying about this in the future that I totally missed out on some of these really special moments. And I want to make every effort to improve that about myself. And so this actually brings me to another thing that's on my bucket list, which is actually to listen to music that makes me feel connected to my emotions, but also that helps me feel more connected to the physical world. So a perfect example of this is my favorite musician of all time is Joshua Radin. His music has had a profound impact on my life. His music just I really identify with, especially his song called Winter. It is, so just to warn you, I'll link it below for you. It is a very melancholy song, very nostalgic song, but it's so beautiful, and I honestly have never identified more with the song than that one. So I just went to one of his concerts last weekend, and he wrote this song that's really beautiful. It's called Here Right Now. He said that one day it just clicked with him. The key to his happiness is really living in the moment. I'll also have that song linked for you below if you want. So the song I had playing at the beginning of the video has a very similar feel and sound that Joshua Rain's music has. So that is by Cody Francis. I would like to show Joshua Rain's music here, but for copyright reasons, I'm not able to. So I'm going to have the songs I'm talking about listed below. But the song called Here Right Now, it really spoke to me, and I was like, wow, this is exactly like the kind of message I need to be reminding myself of. So I've been listening to that song a lot lately. One, because Joshua Rain's my favorite artist, I love his music, and two, because it's a really good reminder for me to live in the present moment. And that's kind of what he said too. He was like, I feel like if I just keep singing this song at my concerts, that eventually it'll sink in and I'll start living in the moment and not just, like just daydreaming off into the future. So, yeah, I very much related to that. Okay, so I think I've kind of exhausted the part of the bucket list to work on my weakness of not being able to live in the moment. The next thing on my bucket list is focus on the second function of the INFJ, which is extroverted feeling, which makes us very empathetic. And something that makes me really happy, and I think that adds great value to my life, is Operation Christmas Child. Okay, so the National Collection Week is November 18th through November 25th. So the deadline is fast approaching. It is before Thanksgiving. I think that is what has happened to me in the past. I always think it's like right after Thanksgiving. It's right before Thanksgiving. Um, and so this year it's on my calendar. I'm not going to miss it because it's something that just like really warms my heart. So if you're not familiar with Operation Christmas Child, I'm just going to read part of this from the website, and I'll have it linked below for you if you want to learn more as well. But so basically, they ship gifts outside the U.S. to children affected by war, poverty, natural disaster, famine, and disease. So basically, you fill a shoebox with items that you feel like these children could use, and also like items that, also just like items such as toys or coloring books, school supplies. You can put like toothbrushes. You can see on the website items that are allowed versus items that are not allowed. But to me, every time I did this in the past, it was just so heartwarming to me. Just to know that you're doing something that can have a positive impact on a child's life. Also, I'll link below for you a video where it shows clips of these children receiving the boxes, and it just makes me so happy to watch because they are just filled with so much joy and happiness when they receive these boxes on Christmas Day. It's just so beautiful to watch. And so I really want to do Operation Christmas Child this year. The deadline is pretty fast approaching, but I wanted to let you guys know about it because I think that it's something that it's something that will have a very positive impact on a child's life. Another thing on my bucket list in regards to extroverted feeling is I really want to help others. Like for me, if I know I can do something to help others, that is really meaningful to me and it brings me a lot of joy. Okay, hey guys, so my camera died and I realized that I had lipstick on my teeth like almost this whole time I've been talking, so I'm really sorry about that. Again, perfect example of my inferior extroverted sensing. What I was saying before the camera died is that it's really been on my heart to open up about my experience with anxiety. The car accident is something that will always be part of me and will always have a heavy impact on me. To be honest with you, I didn't, again, I didn't get to go into a lot of detail on the James Charles casting call video because it could only be 5 minutes long, but something that I didn't get to say in that video is that I still struggle with anxiety. However, I feel like I've really come a long way with learning how to manage my anxiety and learning just really learning various methods that have really helped me through anxiety. And again, as I mentioned in that video, makeup artistry is really something that helps me a lot. It's very calming and therapeutic to me, and so I will continue to play with makeup because it's very very cathartic to me. So again, going back to my bucket list of in regards to extroverted feeling and wanting to help others, and I really feel that for me it would be very rewarding to make more videos about my experience with anxiety and talk about things that have really helped me with my anxiety. It's been 11 years since that car accident, and I honestly feel like only within the past 2 years have I really gotten better at managing my anxiety. For like 9 years, I was basically a wreck. Um, just due to that accident. It was triggered. It was triggered by that accident. Um, and yeah, it's again. I won't get. I'll save this topic for another video, but I feel like me opening up about my anxiety and letting people know how long I struggled with it and how much better I'm doing now, I think can give people hope. And another something else you might not know about me is that I love neuroscience. Actually, my PhD research. So if you're new here, I'm working on my PhD in chemistry. But actually, my PhD work has implications in neuroscience, and that really means a lot to me because I really have a passion for neuroscience and something that I really want to start focusing on my channel is a concept called neuroplasticity. Basically, it's a very hopeful concept that the brain can change. Like no matter, don't ever feel like you're stuck. I felt like I was never gonna improve from anxiety for years. I'm talking about crippling anxiety, like that really bad physical symptoms of anxiety where my whole body just felt like it was like this burning, tingling sensation, like needles all over my body, multiple physical sensations. I felt like I was never going to get better. And for 9 years, I went through that, just feeling hopeless, like I'm never going to get better. And just within the past couple of years, I've really, really learned how to really work through my anxiety. Yeah, so the message I want to give in this video is that there is hope if you're struggling with anxiety or any kind of anxiety, PTSD, depression, any kind of neurological disorder. Don't feel like there's no hope, because neuroplasticity, the brain can change. Um, and I really want that to be a recurring theme on my channel. I want to talk about it at length and open up with you guys. Yes, I'm putting myself out there and being vulnerable, talking about anxiety, but the reason I want to do it is that I feel like I can help others through my experience. So again, that is something else on my bucket list, is to start opening up about anxiety and ways that I've been able to work through my anxiety, and also plan for future videos about that and how I can help other people who might be experiencing something like that. So now I'm just gonna have like a list of some things that I want to do that just like make me really happy for the fall. Um, for the fall season. So again, November is nearing the end. It's about to be, the end of the fall season is coming. So I want to enjoy and embrace every bit of the remainder of the fall season that I can. And here are some things that I have listed that can help. Here are some things that I have listed that I want to do before the fall is over. And again, this can also help again with the inferior function of the INFJ of inferior extroverted sensing. I think that all these things can help improve that weakness. So again, going back to that point of helping me to live in the moment. So I want to do stuff that makes me feel like really happy and cozy. Something that I'm planning to do that I think will make me really happy is to have like a fall harvest with fall harvest foods. So like acorn squash, butternut squash, pumpkins, corn, just all those like all those autumn vegetables, and just the fall harvest. um, and also I'm gonna have a Harry Potter on that same night. Gonna have a Harry Potter marathon and make some healthy-ish butterbeer treats. So like, yeah, if you want to see that, let me know. Anyway, I can make a video about it, explain like how it's technically healthier, and if you'd like a video about that, let me know. I think it's going to be really fun. I want to make a lot of pumpkin stuff. I've already been doing that, but this is like the first year that I've like, okay, you see like my background? I also want to decorate a lot, so like this is the first year I've ever had pumpkins or like fall decor, and I honestly feel like it's made me feel very happy. Yeah, I just want to make more pumpkin stuff, more stuff with squash, like butternut squash, acorn squash. And yeah, so decorating again, I have the decorations here. I'll show you an image here of decorations that I did for my table, where I took like a Harry Potter Gryffindor scarf and then like laid pumpkins out on it and then put fairy lights, and it makes me really happy whenever I walk by that table, because it just feels very cozy and very fall. Just helps me feel like enjoying the fall season. And I made a video, but I don't know if I should even post it, because I meant to post this before Halloween, but didn't get around to it. But I made like these pumpkin centerpieces. I think you can still use them for Thanksgiving. And I know Thanksgiving again is just right around the corner. Let me know if you still want to see that that craft in a video. But basically, I made like these really pretty pumpkin centerpieces. I'll show it on the screen now. But that was really fun. And I do have some like more fall themed videos planned, and I know that I'm kind of at the last minute here on that. So I do apologize about that. I also want to make a December bucket list, and I know I'm really late on the November bucket list here, so I am planning to have the December bucket list ready for early December. And I'm excited about that too. So if you enjoyed this video, will you please give it a thumbs up, comment below, letting me know you like it. Let me know if you want to see a December bucket list from an INFJ perspective, but again, for all personality types, so I want to make it relatable to everyone. I'm thinking about my strengths and weaknesses, but I want to make it applicable to every personality type. Okay, the reason that I was so inspired to make this video, so historically, November has been a very difficult month for me. Again, going back to the car accident. The car accident happened 11 years ago in November. It was at the end of November. And in the past, I've always gotten really down in November. This accident is always going to be part of me, and I do honestly think about it almost every day still. I'm still in the healing process. Even after all these years, I'm still in the healing process. But historically, I have just been so consumed by that in November, just would obsess over it, dwell on it, and I realized this year that like I've missed so much. I've missed so much beauty that there is in November because of this traumatic experience from my past. So I'm making this bucket list in hopes that all of those flashbacks, all those negative emotions associated with that accident will kind of pale in comparison to all these positive things on this bucket list. And you know what? I'm not going to be mad at myself if I'm not going to be hard on myself or mad at myself if I have days where I cry about the accident, if I have days where I can't get the accident off my mind. I'm going to let myself experience that, and I'm going to be easy on myself and kind to myself, because in the past I've been very hard on myself and was very negative to myself, just, just in my own mind. Well, I am changing my approach. I'm changing my mindset this year. I'm going to let myself experience the emotions as they come. Any day, experience the emotions as they come and be patient with myself. But my hope is that with all these positive things on my bucket list, that all of that chaos and noise and really hurtful memories and just the hurt that comes along with, remembering that accident. I hope that all that will pale in comparison to all these beautiful and positive things that I have on this bucket list. So I hope that, I know this video is really long. If you made it this far, I don't know if anyone is still watching, so if you made it this far, can you please leave me a purple heart down in the comments? And please let me know if you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed this video. Like, this was so much fun for me, and I really want to make a video like this for December. And if you guys like these kind of videos, maybe it's just start making these regular as like a regular kind of series on my channel, because I really enjoy doing this. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions about anything I talked about, like if you don't understand anything from the Myers Briggs test or anything, you can ask me down in the comments below. Again, I'll have the test linked below for you if you're interested in taking the personality test. I know a lot of people get intimidated by or don't really like personality tests, because I think it kind of like boxes them too much, or puts them in too much of a box. But I don't see the Myers Briggs test as this way. Like, I really think it's a very valuable tool in identifying your strengths so that you can really hone in on those, focus on those, and take advantage of those, and see your weaknesses and just maybe develop a plan to help work on your weaknesses as well. So that's how I see it. I hope that this video, again, if anyone is still watching, I hope that this video brought some positivity and value to your day. And thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.
Oh, my child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your